Foxfire software proudly presents Foxfire WMS Product Overview. Topics include receiving, creation of inventory, directed put away, picking, labeling, and shipment.
During our demo today, we're going to go over two different sections of warehouse management, both the handheld section, or task management derived, and also the office section, which will be done on a UI or GUI interface, as shown here. The user interface will have a dashboard type and office applications, as shown here. And we'll be going over those in just a little while after we go over the four basic components of warehouse management systems, which would be inbound, inventory management, order management, and outbound. And then we'll also be doing parts of this. We're going to be going over sections on the handheld, as shown here, which is going to be your task management or efficiency-based methodologies. First, let's go over some general concepts in the warehouse. We're going to go over sections on the UI or the office applications first, including the what you see is what you get or GUI interface of the Foxfire WMS, as shown in these. We normally group our like tasks together. Your system will be things related to configuration, including setup, employee privileges, etc. Your view are going to be parts that are used for data mining. Your activities are going to be things related to processes within the warehouse. So for example, receiving, waiving, labeling, etc., including also all of your bill of lading or load maintenance. And then on to your reports of a canned nature, and also we're going to be going over some of the ad hoc reporting, which is a powerful feature of Foxfire WMS. So quickly, let's just show one of the applications. Let's just go ahead and go into one of the view applications. Let's just do a view of the LPN or a license plate number. If you notice on your screen, you're going to see four basic panels. This is derived by which a lot of the look and the feel of the office applications are going to be, because these are going to be used for people that are used to using things like Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. Very quickly, we're going to make a query on available inventory in our warehouse. And if you notice, what we get out of this is we just quickly get an idea of the power of the WMS, because very quickly we're able to dream up a query, execute it. Now down here we have our view by selections, by which we can actually group it into, for example, the divisions we have. And if you notice very quickly, the data to your right, which is going to change to represent the new pieces and parts. And it's only going to be a subset of the data that we've grouped. Now let's just go to ABC Candy real quickly, and let's go over here. This is your general grouping on here of your grid. And just if I double click on that, I'll just show you the power of the WMS and the number of fields that are available for this. And these are just general fields that we can query upon or report, etc. As I was saying before, there's some very quick and very useful ad hoc reporting we can do, which is just a few clicks of a button. First we made up a query, and then we executed it, and once we do that, all we have to do is export it. And if you notice, within our export wizard we have a number of types of export criteria. So let's just quickly do this one to an Excel file. It once again gives us types of data, data origins, your formats, your grouping, how do we want it to be laid out. This quickly also shows us information that we want inside of our reports. So let's just reduce it down to case numbers. So I'm going to unselect all of them, and then just select few. I'm going to do SKUs and quantities and some statuses on them. Gives you once again headers and groupers, types of layout we want, and let's execute it. Very quickly the system is going to execute this data and then move it into an Excel format, since that's what we specified. Give it just a moment while the data is massaged and manipulated for our use. Okay. You notice what it quickly did, and it brought over the data we wanted, all the data elements and pieces, and put them in the format. This is a good example of ways you can do ad hoc reporting, because if you can think of a query and you can dream it up, then you can report on it. That's an example of an LPN or a license plate number. If you notice up here at the top, we have some data-driven tasks and tabs. If you notice on here, I've got this one highlighted. This is one of our LPNs that we've got in stock in there. And if I wanted to very quickly, I could just show if there are any available tasks on it, if there are contents of it, what the details of the LPN are, if I'm doing asset tagging. It shows me my history on here. It shows you every person who's touched it, what happened to it, contents, etc. And if I have any comments. Once again, this is just a quick and easy data mining tool. So now let's go ahead and do a little bit of receiving. So I'm going to go ahead and close down this application and bring up one of the others. I'm going to bring up the receiving application. And once again, with the Foxfire WMS, all of these are going to be user configurable and designed to meet your specific business requirements. The application, which is coming up now, I'm going to show you a type of receiving based upon your business rules. And there you have it. Then the receiving over here on the left, once again, this is an office type application. So we're going to have our RO types, receipt order types, which are going to be user configurable based upon the clients. In this client, for example, we have 3 different types. We have purchase orders, advanced ship notifications, and some value-added services. So let's quickly bring up a receipt order so we can do some receiving. There are going to be 2 types of receiving we're going to be doing on this one. The first one is a UI-based receiving, which is what we're doing now, and then the second one will be an RF receiving when we do the handheld methodologies. So we can once again bring up a query. Inside there, let's select one for everything that's in open status, and go ahead and maximize that. And if you notice, this looks a lot like the others where you had a query. You can execute your query, do your view bys, and then your types of your receipt order headers are listed here. Alright, let's pick this one. And if you look here over on your grid, it's going to give you data that's necessary for you to do your job at that time. So in this case, it's going to give me a description, receipt order number, whatever status it's in, your quantity received, etc. And as before, just to double click on it, and it brings up the vast quantity of information available for data mining. So we've selected that advanced ship notification, selected. It brings up this one. Now we have our receipt order lines. So we have this one we're working on. Click over here, and if you notice, remember, once again up top we have a lot of our task oriented, which are based upon the data we're working on. Go to my LPN details. It shows me if I have unit pack configurations, if it's made in, owners, create dates. Let's put a lot number in there, because once again we do full lot tracking. And if we had a bill of lading, put away locations, we just want to receive one LPN, bring it up, and it gives me my label print options. Once again, this is user configurable within the system based upon the types of formats of labels that you wish to print. In this case, we're doing cases. It brings up my types of barcode printers are on there, types of copies. Okay. Now, if I went back over here, if I look down here at the bottom, it shows me I've just created an LPN, and it has updated my status appropriately. This gives us a good example of a receiving type application. And once again, up here at the top, we have our tabs based upon if I'm doing something like cross-document for hot items, LPNs that have been created, header informations, status of it, etc. And that gives us an example of whatever's currently happening with this application, and for this purchase order, LPNs that are being created, what ASNs I'm working on, SKUs, available quantities, last operations, etc. And this is all user configurable.
We hope you've enjoyed today's presentation of Foxfire Software's WMS Overview. I'm Trent Keneally, Solutions Engineering. With questions, please call us at 864-868-5243 or email us at sales@foxfiresoftware.com. Thanks, and have a good day.